Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I have a 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and we're going to be replacing brake lines. It's a metal steel brake line. This is what it is. This is copper. This is better than anything out there. And I did get this. I do have video on a lot of brake lines, and I do have a we're going to replace a flexible line. So when you have a leak in a brake line, it can cost you a lot of money, thousands of dollars. And this Jeep has a flexible line up in the front on the driver's side. It's a weird looking line. It's plastic, flexible, then it's metal, then it's flexible again. This is the part where it goes onto the caliper, and this goes underneath the car. And the line that connects here, the steel line that connects here, has leaked out, okay? So now we need to repair this, and the problem here is they don't sell lines particularly made for the vehicle, for any vehicle, so you have to make your own bends. And I do have tools. I'm going to show you a lot of tools that I have. So today we're going to bend lines, we're going to flare them, we're going to put the fittings in it. You see that, the bubble, the double bubble, whatever you want to call this. So you need to put a fitting in there, and these American vehicles, they do have a different type of fittings than any other vehicle, so you need to get a proper fitting. And I do have a kit. Let me get that kit right now. So here's a kit. The part number on this is, if I can see anything labeled here, okay, PN number BREZ316, and it's right there. All right, if you need to get this part, you want to get this kit, you can look online. But inside this kit, it's universal, so not meaning universal, I mean like it has all the fittings, okay? So let's try one that would fit on this. So what we're gonna do is, because I know that the steel line goes into the reservoir, into the ABS pump module. So you need to make sure something that fits in here really good. So this one's no good. And you can also look at the measurements and what fits on which particular vehicle. That one's no good. So I'm gonna match something up out of here, and we're gonna make it fit on this line. And also let me show you some tools that I got. So here's a kit of making bubbles on the line, and it's pretty good. It's a hydraulic, and you can never go wrong, okay? I have used those regular ones you turn by hand, and those things, sometimes your line will bend, crooked. But this one, I tried it. I do have a video. The parts department guy, the manager, Todd, my friend, he came, introduced it to me, showed me how to use it. This is what I did for the first time. That was the first try, one try, and it came out solid. It's gonna come with all this, the kit, everything's in here. All right, this is common stuff in here. All right, so let's get the job going, and we'll continue this. So here's a fitting out of that box kit. It's a 3/8. It's the one all the way in the corner. So it's the one right there, and it tells you 3/8. That's the one we're gonna use. But the metal line gonna start from here. The steel line is gonna come up, and it's gonna go to the ABS pump, ABS module. And I know that fitting is different, so I'm gonna have to take that one out, and let's see which one fits on it. So this is, I'm gonna slide this onto the line before I make the second bubble. Okay, so this is where the pump is, right here. The one of the lines starts from right here, and these fittings are different than any other fitting. As you can see, this line was replaced and the fitting was reused. Anyways, we're gonna go down here. You see this? This is the line that's coming up from the caliper here, and it goes up, and it's all rusted, and it goes down. And I'm gonna take the camera down there. I'm gonna take a splicer to a cutter. We're gonna splice that cable and leave it there, and that way we can start removing this line. And once you splice it with the cutter, it's gonna pinch the line, and it will not leak out. It will probably have a leak on it, and but at least we can loosen up the line. All right, so let's go underneath and let's see the line that leaked out, and it looks in a terrible condition. You see right there from the neck, and the fitting is all dissolved over there. So this is where it leaked from, right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just cut this line from right there and we're gonna create our own line. As soon as I pinched, it started to leak because it's gone, it's dead. So what I like to do is, you see, started to leak. I like to take a little further pointing, and I like to pinch this line in like 2-3 different spots, and it's gonna stop leaking. Okay, so now while we down here, what I'm gonna do is, to replace this line, I'm gonna take off that number 10 right there, and all this ABS line here, I'm gonna take it all off. This is all gone. The fitting right there. So once I'm done with this, I'll show you. Take off this 10 and follow the line, and it has a bolt over there, right there, and we'll replace that once we get to that point. Let's get this line ready, and then we can create the metal line. Okay, so the line runs from the caliper here, and make sure you ride it the same way. And I started to take off the number 10 right there, and then we'll just take off all the ABS connectors here, and we'll just separate the ABS line. So right now, this is what we're gonna do. It's a pretty long bolt. If you need to, you can use a power tool, but I like to take it easy with the ratchet, because sometimes those bolts will snap with the immediate impact. And with like this, you can at least feel that they're tough and they're not gonna come out. They might break. And so let's save that bolt on the floor right there, so we know where it's at. And we can take off this little guy from right here. These are tough. Okay, I might have to put my camera away, but they slip right out. You might have to open the housing up a little bit to get them out, and this one was loose out of here, so we'll put this back into place because this shouldn't bother us over here. And then the rest of the cable will come out. The new line, I believe, has everything on it. Where is my new line? Yep, it has all the little clips like this, except this one, so we do need to save this one. And let's continue. Let's go underneath. Let's take off the 10 from the bottom below. And the number 10 is all the way up there on the frame of this Jeep. The light grabs on. It's a magnetic light, so it grabs on to the frame there. See, the light attached itself, even though I was holding it with my hand. Okay, so when you're lifting car, just be careful, be safe as possible. As you see, I put the tire underneath just in case, even though I have my car Jeep posted on a lift and locked onto the lift. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this, take off the little retainers here, and I'll come back once the line is in there and all the bolts are in there, and then we're ready to start working on our brake line, the metal line. Okay, our line is all loose. You see it's hanging right there. Everything is loose, and I did take off these. I want you, when you're taking off these, take it easy. Don't just yank on it. Try to open this with the plier, and they slip right out. Put a little bit of lube on it, because you can damage, if it's you got the same system, you can damage this ABS line by stretching the inner core of the wire. But anyways, now I got my bucket down below, and we're gonna remove this 15 over here. So just to let you know, every vehicle has this flexible line. So this is Jeep. It's a little different setup. Most of them are from here to here, and nothing is different than any other vehicle. But anyways, time for it's gonna be liquid coming out of it. It's okay, because at the end of the video I might make another video on how to bleed up calipers, and should be a simple small video. I'm gonna have my friend help me. I do like to have somebody pump the brake pedal. So let the fluid come out. It's okay, it's all right, it's no problem. And once this finishes dripping, we're pretty much done here. We do need to save this bolt here, You see this? And I want to show you one thing. There's a small little washer here stuck onto that. So make sure you replace new washers onto this bolt here. This bolt has a hole right there, so the brake fluid travels through it. And with the line, it's gonna come with these little washers. So one goes here, then this piece goes, and the other washer go on the opposite side. So it's like a little seal between the two, okay? You're gonna see me do that as soon as I put this line in. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna simply just pull out this whole line, and we don't need this line anymore. We'll just leave it right there. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is, it's very important to find the correct routing of this line. All right, you don't want to put this the wrong way and it's hitting the shocks and other components. So as you can see, I think this line is wrong. Okay, this line is definitely not correct line. Let me just make sure, because there's no way I can fit that right there. All right, now what we need to do is come back out, and we're gonna match up the angle on the old line and the new line. You see how the line is sitting? Definitely, you see that? See the backwardness of this line and that line? This is facing up, that one is facing down, and this is facing that way, and this is facing the opposite way. So this is definitely the wrong line, okay? So we're gonna have to wait, and meanwhile we'll create the second line. Okay, so what we have here is a wrong line. We're gonna wait. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this car down, and we already have taken off our line from the bottom. We spliced it, so we're gonna give it a little bit of length of probably inch so we can reach the line. So let's bring this Jeep down a little bit, and I don't want to hit the wheel on the other side, so you have to be careful. That should be more than enough. And what we're gonna do now is always, I'm gonna urge you always, let's bring out this tire so I can step on something. Always try to make sure you have the correct line loose down there, and it is the correct line that you're about to splice right now. So since we took it all apart in the bottom, we still need to figure out which line was down there. So what we're gonna do is, in my case, I love to take off this box on this vehicle, and it's just flathead right there, or you could use a number 8. All right, so let me see if I could take it out from this neck right here. You can select either one. And this Jeep, everything is pretty much loose on this one because we do have an issue with the box, so the whole thing moves. And this comes out. Once I take this off, what's holding me now? Okay, nothing. You have more than enough space here, and then from down here I can see which line it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the correct line, and then we're gonna take off the line from here. And then you're gonna have to start getting liquid lead immediately, so you better put something, a rag or something around it. So let me figure out which line it is. Okay, so I have successfully figured out the line that goes down there is this one right here. And if we move this around, it moves all the way in the bottom, and if I follow the line, trace it down, it wiggles around through here, and it comes down right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna simply remove this line, put a bunch of ragging around it. What I like to do is same thing, cut it here, and leave this end behind, so because it's gonna hold the liquid in there for you. That's what I like to do. Or you can simply just take it off, pull out the line, and everything is good to go. Okay, so this is number 12. Fits really good on it. And that's it. Give it a couple of wiggles. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. and you should be able to turn it by hand. That's the beauty of cutting the line right from the neck, and there's not much liquid in there. But what I like to do is, let me put this back in. So I'm gonna try to clean around it because there's so much dust around it. I don't want nothing going inside, so that should be fair enough right there. Now what we need to do is either match up a new fitting, or you could reuse this one, cut the back end of it and reuse it. So what I'm gonna do in my case is I am gonna reuse this fitting in the, I'm gonna just cut the back end of it, okay? Alright guys, so here's my old line. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this new line that I have. I'm gonna try to estimate about how much I'm gonna need, because I don't want to be short and I do not want to be too long, because this line is not cheap, and I think cutting it up to here should be fair enough. I give it a 1 inch more, and I am gonna go get my cutting tool. Okay, I'm gonna put this line away, our old line. So the line that I got here is, this is the brand, and there's a number right there if you guys need. So everything was in there. And what we're gonna do is, I do have this cutting tool here. This is especially for this. So let's back off. And I have a small bend to the line because the tool's not gonna work in a small little curve. So we got this in place. And you don't want to go too much. Perfect. Beautiful tool. Oh my God, it hit that line like a piece of cake. Also, I want to show you one more tool. So this is the cutter, same brand, SURR. And I have another tool here. This is like a unboxing right now, because I did get these tools yesterday. My friend Todd got me all this. This is what this is gonna do is, it's gonna clean out the line right in the front. So just give it a little cleaning to it. It's gonna smooth out the line. Perfect. Now we need to get our fittings. Okay, so next step, I did bend it a little bit here. I'm gonna show you guys the tool that I have to bend lines. But here's the tool that I have in that kit that I showed you earlier. So inside you have this 3/8 block, and there's a cone shape in there, and then there's a flat surface in there. So this one, the tip is flat, and also the neck of lip of this fitting is flat. So we need to use the flat side outward. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this block in there, and we're gonna slide it in here. We're gonna snug this slowly. All right, I don't want to tighten it yet because we need to make one step before that. So next step here is, I am taking my this flat-headed surface here. I'm gonna stick it into my pistol here, and what this is gonna do is it's just gonna push against the block and the line, and it's gonna push the line to the furthest point where it's perfectly even with the. Okay, we need to go back with the line a little bit. Okay, if you got good eyes, you could probably just do it by eye, and also your block needs to sit at the end. So this is gonna flush out everything for you, and then just give this a snug. We can remove our pistol here. Okay, the pistol does snug in all the way. All right, so this goes in, and the pistol comes out. We're gonna remove this adapter now, because we're gonna use another adapter. My friend Todd is coming because he wants to make sure I do this correct. So far, I got this, and now I'm gonna tighten this really good, and that's gonna grip the line, because when we make that bubble right there, it should not move back when that pistol comes and compresses it. So that's pretty good right there. Now I need to wait for my friend Todd. He's gonna be here in 5 minutes. So this is ready, and I'm gonna take a guess while he's here, while he's coming. So There's a whole bunch of fittings here. We still need to use 3/8. This is 3/16. So let's look for the 3/8, which fell out of here. And I believe it's this one right here. And you can always put it into the line. Nope, that's too big. We're using 3/16 here, okay? 3/16. That goes into your pistol here. And I am all ready to make a bubble on this guy. And this goes in, and I'm gonna leave it there and wait for my friend Todd. Okay, so my friend is here, and remember, I'm doing this for the first time. I've done it before, but different way. And this is a piece of cake. Anybody can do it. So everything I had in there was correct, and I'm gonna just squeeze it as hard as I can now. And it's done. Release the pressure. The gun comes out, and we're gonna release that. All right, my friends, look at that. Perfect. All right, that's perfect. That's what you're gonna be doing. I'm gonna show you a small process to bend it, okay? Let's see. Let me show you the bends I did. Let me see the bends over there, Todd. The other end. So here's the bends. That's the bend I did right there. You see that? Came out pretty good. And he's gonna make another bend right here, coming towards at me. So it'll be you'll see the angle right there, okay? The way the line is going, this one right here.
You want it coming out like that?
Yep. And this tool is pretty good. Great. That's what I was gonna say. Look at that. Perfect. All right, let's make another bend here. You see the angle?
Yeah.
I got a new worker now. There you go. Perfect. All right, now my friend Todd is gonna show me how to use that tool to straighten the line. Let's straighten out the other end.
So you want to straighten this?
Yeah, let's straighten the whole line. This is another really good tool to have.
You want to make it straight.
So my friend Todd has a tool. You see this one is brand new. He said after a few wears, it's gonna open up easy for you. So this one's not opening up easy for us because it's brand new. He has one that's used already, and it's pretty free, and you need that free little flexibility to it. So that's why he's gonna go get another tool of his own. There you go, he's walking out already.
All right, so we just want to make this straight.
There you go. The line looks pretty good. So these bends he did, if you want to undo it, he can undo it pretty easy. Perfect. Let's make another bend. Can you make that small bend right there for me? Right there in that corner.
This one?
Small little, no, right here. Right here. See the angle? You can probably do that one by hand. And then we have another bend coming this way. So that's it, guys. In the bottom, I could take care of the rest of it by myself, and you could bend this in the car. So we're all done, ready to go. Okay, guys, my friend Todd helped me out to bend this line up to that point, and in the bottom, I have to do it in the bottom because I do not want to go destroy the line. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna simply send the line down, and I'm gonna let it sit over here. So you need to figure out how to get the line in there. Just don't let it hit the, see this is the shaft, this turns with your steering. You don't want to touch that. You don't want to touch any component. It has to be routed the same way. That's why we got all the bends up on the top, and the bottom I can simply just bend the line the way I want. All right, so we're gonna continue once I have the line in there. Okay, we have our line in here, and we're gonna tighten it. I will double check once everything is complete. You have flushed the brake pedal, brake system, and there's no leaks coming here, there, or in the bottom, and where this line connects to, and on the whole flexible line up to the caliper. All right, guys, so all we need to do is wait for our new line, the flexible line, and continue in the bottom. All right, my friends, so we got our new line here. So things like that happen, it's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this line, simply just run it through here, right through there, and now it should be a correct line. Okay, you see that? Now our bracket is sitting like it's supposed to. So let me grab that number 10 that I put down here somewhere. Where did it go? Where did it go? Okay, so here's our new bolt. So simply we're gonna guide this little guy into the perfect spot that we want. It's gonna be tough since it's hanging. It's gonna try to wiggle on you, so it's okay. Try to hold it with one hand. What I'll do is I'll hold the camera and the line over here, and once you get it in the spot, what we're gonna do is we're gonna simply just tighten it now. We're gonna do the same thing on the bottom, but I'm gonna show you once I'm done with it, because over there I'm not gonna be able to hold the camera. Just hand tighten this. Do not break that bolt, because I know a lot of people that would just keep yanking, and snap, the bolt is on the floor. Anyways, let's put on this end of the brake line here. So inside the bag, you're gonna have two of these. This, make sure the old one is out, it's nice and clean. This goes in, and then just make sure the other one's not sitting here. I know mine's came off. You don't want two of them in there, and this goes in. This goes in a certain direction, just like that. All right, just want to clean my hands off. So this goes in like that. The second washer goes right here. Oh, it fell. Make sure you clean it now. Clean it with my rag. Bring it back. This goes there. After that, with the one hand, it's gonna be really hard for me to get it in there, but this goes. Make sure you catch the threads. Okay, let me get this, then I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, I had somebody walk in. Looked like they wanted to steal some cats, but we'll keep eye on that. But anyways, this is in. We're gonna check for leaks here. Make sure you check for leaks over here. I tightened it. Make sure you torque it nice and tight. Make sure your line is all in there. Make sure your ABS line goes the same way. I do need to get that little clamp that goes over here. So your ABS line, just the way we took off everything, okay? Remember, this little guy was right here. You just guide the whole ABS line just the way we took off. Okay, I'll get that in a moment, but let me go in the bottom, finish things up. All right, my friends, everything is done. As you can see, there's the new line. I put the ABS line in, and I did put that number 10 right there. We're all done. Just make sure nothing hits, even though we're checking everything. You see this line? This has been hitting somewhere over here, so be careful with this too. If you got this loose somewhere, make sure you attach it for the customer. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and make sure nothing hits on the line. Do bleed the system. I do need to bleed the system. Make sure you bleed the system. Do it through the valve. Have somebody help you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out my video on how to flush this brake system. What I'm gonna have is somebody pump the brakes for me, make sure the fluid is up to level, and we're gonna open the valve and all the air should come out.